Hello everyone. Today we are going to introduce our new company, the Sweetcakes Bakery. The Sweetcakes Bakery, located at Chapel Hill, North Carolina, is a new upscale bakery established by 4 Kenan-Flagler students focusing on providing organic, healthy, and premium baked goods. We also sell breakfast and lunch sandwiches, salads, and soups. And we also serve a variety of coffees, teas, and other beverages. In addition, we could also satisfy the need for cake design for birthdays, weddings, and alike events. In our bakery, there are bakers who are mainly responsible for making quality bakery goods, develop the main menu, and do the design of the special cakes. There are also salespersons who take care of the sales of the products and managing relationships with customers and companies. And also there are clerks who stand at the counter taking responsibility of reception and cashiering. In the following sections, we will mainly discuss the organizational structure, central job in the bakery, and its related assessment and reward systems.
So now I'm going to discuss the hierarchy of the bakery. And so first at the top, we have a bakery manager who oversees the activities and manages both the teams. And then the bakery is broken up into 2 teams. And this first team is the custom cake order team that has a salesperson, customer relations representatives, a wedding cake specialist, and then a small event specialist. And then the second team is the everyday baked goods team, which has a salesperson, a marketing manager, and a customer relations representative. And so, as just described, this bakery uses a hierarchical group structure to distribute power. This unequal power distribution has advantages because it reduces potential conflict by providing rules for decision making. It increases efficiency by providing decision heuristics and better facilitates coordination and allows specialists to focus on the specific needs of customers to better meet specific customer needs. Likewise, this bakery is broken up into 2 teams, the custom cake order and the everyday baked goods teams. By breaking the job structure up into teams, this allows the bakery to cope with complexity, integrate knowledge skills, enable flexibility, and foster motivation and commitment. It's essential to the success of the bakery, though, that these teams work well together. In other words, the manager must create a psychologically safe team environment that promotes team cohesion on both of these teams. The bakery manager must also manage the team conflict. Not all conflict is bad, which is why the manager must make sure that the conflict is task-oriented, not relationship-oriented. Constructive conflict and disagreement lead to better decision and mitigates groupthink, but relationship conflict hurts team performance. And the manager can do this by having open conversation and valuing everyone through active listening, through better communication skills. Likewise, the manager can incite constructive task conflict by assembling heterogeneous and diverse teams. Group diversity is essential. Diverse teams increase variety of viewpoints, increase task conflict, increase creativity and flexibility, allow the bakery to reach additional customers, and attract and retain the best talent. Thus, diversity will allow the bakery to remain innovative and successful in the market. The manager can promote diversity in the bakery by promoting racial empathy, listening to and value the opinions of every employee. Managers need to build a bias-free organization by recognizing and fighting the bias. By promoting trust, respect, understanding, and valuing all perspective, the bakery manager can help bridge the gaps between the teams and on the teams, allowing for the ultimate success of the bakery, because the bakery will only be as successful as the teams.
I'm going to be talking a little bit about the central job that we chose for Sweetcakes Bakery. So we decided that the central job is the bakery salesperson. The bakery salesperson is responsible for many different tasks, not only including baking the actual cakes and having baking expertise, but also this person is the middleman between the bakers and the clients. So why is this job really important? So we decided that this job was our primary job because not only does the employee need to have knowledge on how to bake the cakes, but they also need to have knowledge on how to interact with clients. Like I mentioned, this is a very client-facing job, and we want to make sure that this person is not only able to work things on the back end in terms of how the bakery is run, but also to make sure that they are able to cater to our clients so we can be the best option for our clients in terms of bakeries. So there are a few work factors that we primarily want to hone in on when looking for our next bakery salesperson. So we want to make sure that the next bakery salesperson we hire has the necessary knowledge to be able to be a bakery salesperson to the best of their ability. have the abilities to pursue a lot of different tasks that we know that they will be having to pursue on a day-to-day basis, having necessary skills in order to really run the business efficiently, and a couple of other factors such as friendliness and customer empathy. Those are very important, and I will definitely dive into that a little bit deeper, but want to definitely start off with the knowledge that we hope that the next bakery salesperson has. So we want to make sure that the next bakery salesperson has the necessary knowledge to understand different pastry and cake trends that our clients may be interested in. So for example, we want to have someone on the cake designing team really understand the potential trends and styles of current wedding cakes, cakes for baby showers, and cakes for a number of other occasions. This is really important so we have an established knowledge and know-how of what is going on in the market and what our clients may be wanting. Additionally, we want our bakery salesperson to have general kitchen safety knowledge, as well as, like I mentioned, pastry trends. So this is really is similar to kind of the cake trends. We want to make sure that they know what potential pastries are in style and how to really provide an array of potential pastries that our client may want, for example, for a wedding or baby shower where they have a pretty diverse crowd. Knowing those trends is extremely important. And lastly, we want to make sure that our bakery salesperson knows how to manage the supply chain for the bakery. So we want to make sure that they know how to get the best raw materials for the best price and best quality. In regards to abilities, we want a couple of things for our next bakery salesperson. The first aspect we want to really focus in on in our interviews and when we're looking for our next bakery salesperson is persuasion. We want to make sure that our next bakery salesperson can really market a few of our products that we find to be our highlight and the kind of the best products we have. So we can really gain that competitive advantage over our competitors. So this can be done through suggestive selling. So suggesting potential pastries that we find our clients may want to purchase. Additionally, we want our bakery salesperson to be really good at estimation and quick mental math. This is really important because a lot of our clients come to us not knowing what kind of products and how many they actually need. So for example, if we have a client come to us saying they're having a 200-person wedding, we want to make sure that the bakery salesperson knows exactly what our client needs in terms of how big of a cake they may need, for example. Moving on to the specific skills we want to make sure our bakery salesperson has. The first one is we want them to have a basic understanding of baking skills. This is because they will be working with other bakers in their teams, and they want to be able to understand what can be accomplished in the time frame they may have. We want to also make sure that our bakery salesperson knows how to handle potential paperwork that may arise as the bakery salesperson will be working with clients and having to write up a couple of contracts and things like that. We want to make sure that our bakery salesperson has that capacity. Additionally, basic accounting skills is very important in order to know what targets we may need to have in terms of client acquisition and knowing kind of how to run the business successfully. Lastly, because this is a client-facing role, we want to make sure that our bakery salesperson is friendly and has customer empathy. And this is extremely important because our clients are coming to us not as much of an expert as we are in cakes and pastries and things like that. So having that friendliness and building that rapport with our clients is extremely important and will lead us to have really, really good client satisfaction rates. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the interview process that we are going to have for our bakery salesperson. So the interview process is composed of two specific steps. The first step is the initial phone screen. The second step is the in-person interview that involves behavioral questions as well as case questions. In this presentation, or in this part of the video, I'm going to be covering the metrics to measuring success and the specific ways we are going to manage reward and motivation among our bakery salespeople at Sweetcakes Bakery. So the initial phone screen is mainly made up of intro questions that we want to ask in order to get to know our applicants, as well as their background and how they may be best fit for this position. This is more of a surface level scrape of the resume, seeing really what their sales background might be and what their work style may be like to see if there's a culture fit. In this stage, we rule out a lot of candidates that we may not see proceeding to the next step of the rounds of interviews. So again, we're looking at things like sales background, ideal work styles, kind of what their background experience is like in order to get to know them a little bit better, as well as rule out anyone who may not be qualified to proceed to the next round. So the next round is a more in-depth interview. It does involve a little bit more on the financing, which is why we made this a step for selected applicants that may be qualified enough to actually become a salesperson at Sweetcakes Bakery. So this interview is comprised of in-person behavioral and case interview questions. So some questions we may ask would be case-based. So for example, if we ask a client may come to the bakery salesperson needing a wedding cake for 500 guests, how much would you price that at? So this is just testing their problem-solving skills and real-life skills that are necessary on the job, especially because they will be working with clients and having to figure out those figures pretty quickly. So we want to make sure our next bakery salesperson has those necessary skills. Another question would be, if you were to add one new popular item to the menu of our bakery, which one would you choose and why? So just to test what kind of bakery and pastry industry knowledge they may already have. And after these two rounds, we will be selecting our bakery salespeople and the people that we found to be the most beneficial to our team. So some metrics to measure success include the number of sales that each bakery salesperson may make, as well as client satisfaction survey results. We want to make sure that we assess our bakery salespeople fairly, and we understand that in these two metrics, there are some areas for variability. However, we think that using both of these in combination would be very efficient, and we would be able to not only understand how our bakery salespeople are doing, but allow them to also know where they could possibly improve. So in terms of sales number, this is important as we are looking to increase profit and be successful as a business. However, like we've mentioned a lot in the video, our client satisfaction is where we want to have our competitive advantage. Therefore, we want to make sure that we analyze client satisfaction survey results that will be sent in about each of our salespeople. This would be extremely helpful so we understand how our clients are how our clients are interacting with each of the bakery salespeople, and we'll be able to really assess how they're doing in terms of the client-facing side. So in terms of rewards and motivation, there are three main tactics that we want to use and leverage to make sure that our employees feel like they're welcome at Sweetcakes Bakery and that they're part of a team, to really build that team cohesion and make sure they can be a successful addition to our team as well as a result. So the first thing we want to do is identify when our teams are doing well and when they're reaching their goals, and we want to do that through implementing team celebrations. This not only shows that the management cares about our employees, but also that we recognize that they're working successfully as a team, and we want to make sure we can further kind of amplify that and make our employees realize that that is something that's extremely important. So recognizing that is very important in overall team cohesiveness building. Second, when our employees are doing well and they're reaching their goals, we want to implement workplace benefits that would drive them to be a little bit more intrinsically motivated. So things like having a flexible work schedule, getting off early, and possibly having other work perks is something we would want to explore. Lastly, we want to make sure that our employees know that there's opportunity for career advancement. So bakery salespeople who exceed their goals and do well have the opportunity to mobilize within the bakery, having a high position as maybe a regional manager, or even in terms of franchising if the company were to grow even further.
As the founders of Sweetcakes Bakery, we want to make our business competitive enough. Therefore, contrast to traditional bakery, Sweetcakes Bakery pays attention to customer interaction outside the bakery. By introducing services like cake design, we can create more customer value and convert more profits. Also, we always want to capture the trends in the bakery industry and even create trends which can best favor our business through developing insights regarding the bakery market. Needless to say, our vision for the business needs to be equipped with matching structural design and workforce requirements that are different from those of our traditional counterparts. And we try to solve these challenges by making use of several organizational behavior frameworks. Here I want to restate the design that we value the most. On the structure level, we believe a hierarchical group structure is good for decision-making and conflict-resolving process in our daily operation. And we put emphasis on providing psychologically safe and diverse environment for our employees. By allowing them to address challenges in work without difficulties, and making sure that different voices can be heard and pondered over, we can achieve most efficient teamwork. As we value customer interaction so much, our perfect employees are no longer bakers who can bake the best cakes. Baking skill is important, but on top of that, we are looking for those people person that can get along with customers well. With our KSAO analysis, we depict employees that can best fit with this job, and we decide to incorporate mock case interview into the recruiting process to best see how interviewees interact with clients. Moreover, our carefully designed matrix evaluating performance and the reward system together help build an efficient and clear EPO link through the whole organization, and hopefully the staff will be more motivated. So, to put it in a nutshell, we hope our employee level and structural level design can together empower our business and fulfill our vision to be the most friendly bakery that you may want to order your birthday cakes from every year. And we do that by knowing you better than everyone else do.